Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise.
Welcome to Stop Now. I'm Nate.
And I'm Melissa. Welcome back, everyone.
We are doing the show live this week.
Yes, we are live. I'm so excited. Are you playing around trying to be a kid again, doing some kind of Halloween trick or something?
No, Melissa, I'm going to wear a full face mask from now on.
I see. But wait a minute. This is not Nate. Who is this?
Can you guess?
I know. This is JK. Welcome back, JK.
Oh no, Melissa, I wanted to surprise you. Thanks, Melissa. As you know, we are opening up our show live. I don't want to miss it. Because Nate is busy with the Greek festival. Do you know that?
Yes, that's so exciting. I can't wait to see him back though. But welcome. Thank you for coming. And let's announce some information that we're going to talk about on the show. Let's explain about this week's topic and introduce our next guest.
Wonderful. That will be interesting. We are open for business now, I believe.
All right. Yes, we are. You can call us at the number 512-298-4047. It'll be displayed on the screen. Visit us at www.stop-now.org to learn more about our foundation. If you want to send an email, please do so at support@stop-now.org.
Join us to support, volunteer, and donate. Call us now to ask any questions if you all have.
That's right. Just an update for the callers and viewers to follow the basic rules of courtesy. If you call our show, please state your name, and if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Just please do inform our call screen team about your intentions in the beginning of the call.
So that we all can know what topics to discuss or ask specific questions to our guests. Is that right? What you're trying to say, Melissa?
Absolutely. If you'd like to share your experience or any other personal story, please feel free to call us. All are welcome here, and we hope to have a healthy discussion to find solutions that can help everyone.
Awesome. Oh, these are standard etiquette. Be polite and respectful when you make your point, blah, 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 right? Is that right?
JK, no kidding. We don't want to have trouble with our first show.
Come on, Melissa. We are doing a social experiment, aren't we? Our mission is to find out the problems and the solutions for it, right? Dig deeper into the human experiences and play with their emotions.
Yes, I agree, but we do need to follow some rules and guidelines.
Of course, certainly, I agree. Can you explain before that, like, the Stop Now mission and what is our vision to our viewers? And what are we going to do? Let's talk about it first before anyone calls or joins us.
All right. Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise. Our motto is to stop, listen, share. We are on a mission to change the future. Our vision is for everyone to do something greater in their lifetime.
Well, that is obvious in our promo video, right? First, we need to stop all that is going to go wrong in our society. For that, we all need to listen. Unless we make everyone listen and understand the problem, we cannot bring in change. Finally, we all have to share. And if you care for others, to find a solution, you have to do that.
Absolutely. Excellent. Let us welcome all to join us in this mission to change the world. Join us. Sign up to be a member and take up a project in our platform that interests you. Volunteer, support, and donate if possible.
We appreciate all your help.
JK, most important thing to remember, we need to provide updates on our donors and sponsors at the end of our show.
Awesome. Yes, we will do that. Today, one our special guest, Manan Shah, who works in the healthcare industry, is going to join us. Let's give a couple of minutes for him. He is going to give us some great insight on H1B, H4 visas, which has been a debatable thing like for a long, I believe, in our show, and we can ask him to share his experience and views.
Absolutely. We're so excited to have an H-1B visa holder on our show. We've been talking about this program for almost all of our previous episodes, and a lot of questions have been unanswered, and there are controversial stories surrounding it. So it's so wonderful that we have somebody here who actually has. Let us welcome our guest first. Thank you for joining.
Oh, all right. Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be part of your initiative. My name is Manan, and I'm in the United States on H-1B visa, like many of us. So about 7 to 8 years ago, I started my. Let's start what I do quickly. I teach people on H-1B and H-4 how to start a business. I'm not teaching like any MBA or any other multi-level marketing. Neither I'm teaching. So I'm teaching that you can have your own business, like a retail or your own gas station or a real estate or selling online. Or yoga studio or dance studio, like a real business like photography. And that's what I've been teaching people from last 5 to 6 years. My videos goes back in the YouTube since 2015. And I have trained more than 350 people so far personally on how to start the business.
Wow, that's great. Are you saying that H-1B visa holders can start a business?
How do you say that? Is it possible? What about the guideline? Also, what about the political and legal impact? Do you have approval from the agencies that visa holders can start a business?
When you look at the H-1B guidelines, let's talk about the political thing you mentioned. See, political thing, what happens, it's beyond our control. We cannot control that what happens on the both sides of the parliament and both sides of the house. I was a part of SIIA group, Skilled Indian Immigrants Association. I've been to Washington, D.C. We have talked to every single congressman, tried to explain them that, listen, we are here to help the United States. We are not here to take your job. There was a very good analogy. If there is 8% unemployment in the United States right now, and if you take 8% of Indians out of United States, will there be 0% unemployment? The answer is no. The people are not the skills which we are bringing on the table, and that's why we have jobs there, and we are filling the gaps in the system. Now that's the part of the political system which we do not have the control. Now let's talk about what the immigration lawyers are saying. See, there are 5 main agencies in the United States we need to talk about. One is USCIS, the elephant in the house, Labor Department, Secretary of State, IRS, State Attorney General. So these are some of the agencies I have discussed in my YouTube channels extensively. I have talked to all the agencies. I have letters from USCIS and Labor Department. Those letters are publicly available. That I ask them that if I'm on H-1B and if I start a business, do you have any problem? I asked this letter to USCIS. And after 3 years in the Freedom of Information Act, like in India, we have Freedom of Information Act that if how much Narendra Modi spends on traveling, like that. It's the same kind of Freedom of Information Act is here also, in the USCIS also. And after 3 years, they replied that, oh, they do not have enough information. Before 3 years, they replied me that we'll have to talk to other agencies. Means USCIS has writtenly said that there is no objection. Means they do not have said that they have objection. They haven't said yes. So still USCIS, but they haven't said that they have a problem. Same with the Department of Labor. They say that what person does beyond their H-1B job is not under the control of Labor Department.
Amazing. So why the attorneys are saying something different?
Start your business is your right to, because you are living in the United States. It is not a replacement of your H-1B visa, but you can start a business on H-1B. Now I have extensively said that why lawyers are not saying, and I tell this to my clients that, see, being a physical therapist, if there is some beautiful, very nice relieving oil available in the Kerala I found. I cannot use that oil on my patients. I know that oil is wonderful. That is a miracle oil. If you put few drops and if you massage with that oil for a few seconds, your pain will go away. But that I cannot use that on my patients because I have to use my physical therapy treatments only which are accepted by American Physical Therapy Association in my state board. Even if, let's say, if I use that oil on my patients in Texas, and if patient's pain is relieved, even though I can be questioned by board that why did I use that oil and what is the evidence of that oil. So this is the closest analogy I have that why lawyers are not letting us start a business, because it's not written and they don't want to fall under their bar association that how can you allow someone to start a business. But actually it is your right, being in the United States, to leave and to start a business.
Okay. So I'm puzzled. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say then. JK, why is that we've been debating on the stories? Help me out here.
Sure, Melissa. I'm confused as well. Let us ask Manan. Can you explain or clarify more on how H4 visa holders can start a business?
See, H4 people, we believe that they cannot start a business. And for 20 years, we believe that H4 cannot start a business, H4 cannot do anything. And it's completely misconception. I have clients from all across India and I have clients from Pakistan also. So when I ask my clients about from North India, I ask them what is the national language of India. Even today, people say that Hindi is a national language. But my South Indian clients are very clear that Hindi is not our national language. So even after 70 years of freedom, we believe, many of us believe that Hindi is a national language. But in Constitution, it's nowhere written. So no one has actually looked into the Constitution properly until last 10, 12 years ago when the questions of language started and there were debates started. So this is the time that nobody looked into a USCIS guidelines or Constitution or what are our rights that we can start a business or not. There is no agency in the United States which stops us to start a business. When someone, let's say you break a traffic law or any law, if you do a shoplifting or anything, you break some kind of a law like section 321.BC or something. But when you start a business, you are not coming even close to break any law. You are, even if you twist the laws and guidelines and H1B guidelines and USCIS guidelines, the most conservative way, like you take the meaning the way you want it, the most conservative way, even though there is no such line in H1B guidelines or IRS guidelines or Labor Department guidelines that you are not allowed to start a business. And the same thing, that why we all have accepted that we can have a credit card. Where is it written?
Really? I can't believe this. But great logic, what he is trying to say, right? Can you debate with any of our attorneys?
I have openly challenged all the attorneys in my public meetings in YouTube that I would like to debate with any attorney, immigration attorney, who can prove me wrong. You prove me wrong. I have told all the attorneys in my public meetings and today on screen, yes, I am telling that if any attorney want to challenge, yes, come with the evidence. You come with your evidence, I come with my evidence, and let people decide. And with the logic, we all are intelligent people. We have a logic to understand. If there are proofs on once you see my proof, you see their proof, and let people decide. Let the panel decide, and let the social media decide. Absolutely, I am available for it. Yes.
Sorry, Manan. How can you then deal with the IRS? What about paying taxes, being a non-immigrant on H1B visa? Can you enlighten us more about the child credit or benefits that needs to be looked at? For example, tax accountants tell us differently. And even what about social security number, which has a restrictions on it, right? Like valid for work only with DHS authorization. So in that case,
on business, you don't have to do that. You are not allowed to do that on H1B visa because that's a job. What I'm talking about when a business, then when it's a pure business, and the biggest misconception is active versus passive working. It is I'm sorry, but it's the silliest thing I have heard, because there is no definition anywhere in any guidelines what is the definition of active work versus passive work. Again, like in Hindi language, someone's comfort, and someone has written a blog and it has become popular that actively you cannot work, you can only be a passive investor. When you're an active worker, I'm telling people that you can run a dance studio, you can run a photography business, you can go to do a photography, you take pictures and you develop it and you deliver it to the client. That's an active business and it is allowed. There is no restriction because there is no definition between active versus passive work. Now, coming back to your question, how to overcome USCIS. um, See, when USCIS question you, then they question you on some certain or solid argument. They should. They don't have to. I give letters to my clients about from USCIS that we did our due diligence. We asked you if we can do business or not, and you said there is no answer for you. So I asked my clients to keep those documents with you at the port of entry, and with you whenever you are needed, when it's must needed. Then you produce a document that this is a business I did and this is the extra money I created, let's say, and this is the extra tax I paid. But I talk to Department of Labor. You also get Department of Labor with my consultation. That still, like, we are not violating any agency's laws. That you have contacted Secretary of State, State Attorney General, IRS. We have contacted everybody, and they couldn't find any evidence that we are violating any laws. So this is your argument you have to put in front of USCIS. I'm doing this consultation from. I'm doing business since 2012. My H1B is renewed. I've been to out of United States many times. Came back to US many times. All my clients have been, and I tell all my clients during your port of entry or renewal of visa, or during the filing the green card, if you ever come across any issue, just let us know so we are prepared what kind of questions you are going to be asked. But the EB date, the dates have improved recently dramatically, but until now the dates were stuck at 2008, 2009. So it was just it. I have no hope of getting green card anytime soon until just recently it has started. But still, I don't know when it's going to get a green card, whether these dates are going to survive or not. People have priority date of 2015, 16, and if they hope that they will get a green card, then uh, we can keep hoping. But I don't think I wasted my 2012 to 20. I used my potential. I made extra money. I assisted other people to make extra money, and till now we did not have any problem. And if any problem comes, we are ready with the documents from USCIS, Department of Labor, because we have done our due diligence and we are going to pay extra tax to the government. And under no guidelines or laws that's breaking of any laws or regulations.
Okay, that is true. But what about the visa violations and abuse?
Yes. Can you tell us what you think of employers abusing the H1B visa program, and the visa holders are asked to pay money to run payroll, and some of the stories, right, Melissa, we were talking about in the last few episodes, and all the other illegal activities that might kind of endanger.
That was not a crime at all. So people don't need to live in fear, and many people have started moving out. People have come up with the game. So I we have signed up for this country, as I say. And if America doesn't want more than few people in their country, more than certain number, and then again, it's their country. These are not the new things. This been going on from several years. And see, we signed up to United States. The United States didn't give us an invitation. We signed up to this country, and we try to understand we are non-immigrant. We are here to fill the gaps who does not, when United States doesn't have a job. So US has all the right to do what they want to do. We do not have right to vote. We do not have right to vote. Still, we can go to their offices and give our points. It's the beauty of American democracy. But if they do not want us, and they feel that we are burden to their country, and then it's their loss. If they think that they do not need us, then there are so many other countries. People have started moving to Canada. People are starting to Scandinavian countries. People have so many people going back to India. If you think that you are better off if you think you are stressing out in the United States, then I strongly suggest that don't waste your youth and most precious years of your life. Uh, just think the plan B. What there are so many plan Bs out there. So you and if someone is running a payroll for you, asking you money, I think either you should be out of job. See, I have full sympathy whoever are losing the job, but let's talk about the technicality. Technically, that employer can fire you. They do not need to give you any reason. In the United States, most of the states, you do not need to give you a reason. That employer can fire you without giving any explanation. You cannot fight with the Department of Labor that this employer fired me, even though I had 3 years of contract, because it's a Department of Labor guidelines. Same with the employee. You can leave the employee. If employee is paying an employer to run a payroll, I think employer is doing a favor to you. He's not supposed to, but he's doing a favor to you, that he can fire you, but because they want to keep you on the status, that's why you are paying them. That's the price you are paying to live in the United States. So the abuse are there. I think we signed up for it. I mean, and they are using us, and we cannot change the system, but we can change our destiny.
Sorry, I don't agree. We can change the system.
Manan, not to pick you on, like, how can you say that, like, when people are exploited using the visa program and
Just a reminder, we are running out of time.
oh no, we have so much more to talk about.
So if you think that people do want to live in the United States, people feel that there and people who have gone back to out of United States because of this visa, I really feel sorry for them. I mean, what can I say? I mean, if you think, see, I'll say one last thing, and if we can go to the conclusion comments. I talked to a Dallas radio live, and the immigration attorney was it, and I asked that attorney that why you are not letting H-1B people start a business. Which line in the law book says that you cannot start a business? So he said that, oh, you came to this country to do a job. I said, okay, thank you. I mean, that's what his explanation. So let's put it out now. So according to that lawyer, we are slave in this country, in the United States, and we are only supposed to do 9 to 5 job, and we are not supposed to do anything else. So and I do not believe that. I do not buy that. I'm not a slave in this country. I came into the free country. I came to the greatest country in the world, as far we know. So that's why I believe in the law system, that if I start a business, if I pay extra tax, American government will not have any problem. If during the filing the green card, if they ask me, I will give them the explanation that I paid extra tax, I hired 2 people, I paid this much in the state tax, I paid this much in the sales tax, or this VAT tax, anything tax, this kind of a tax. And if this was a crime, but that was not a crime at all. So people don't need to live in fear, and many people have started moving out. People have come up with the game. So we have signed up for this country, as I said. And if America doesn't want more than few people in their country, more than certain number, and then again, it's their country. Which country allows us to allow to work in their own country? Can you imagine that people from Bangladesh or other country? I mean, they're the smartest people, Bangladesh. Their per head income is more than us now. But can you imagine they come to our country and taking the top class jobs? Can you imagine someone from different countries and taking top class jobs? This is the beauty of this country, and they don't want monopoly of one people, and we are stuck with the laws because India has so many intelligent people.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your point of view. Thank you so much for sharing this crucial information, which it'll definitely help our viewers.
Out of it. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and good luck for your initiative you are taking to raise our voice and educate more and more people. Thank you.
That was a great insight. Melissa, we didn't get a chance to take any calls this week, right? We should extend our time.
Definitely. We had to provide more time and opportunity to our listeners and guests. They're, excellent ways of getting information. We don't want to miss a key detail.
Yeah, as we have come to the conclusion, let us announce some donors and sponsors for this week, as you mentioned. So that will be played out in the forthcoming weeks, and how much donations each individuals or each organizations have provided to us to support.
Wonderful. Thank you all for your support to keep our show live. See you all next week with more stories. Bye for now.
Stop Now, a social experiment enterprise. Stop H-1B Visa, a campaign to end modern slavery. True stories, life-changing moments. Stop listen,
Now,
share.
a social experiment
Join us.
enterprise.
Call us.
Stop H1B,
Together,
a
we
campaign
create
to
the
end
future.
modern slavery. YouTube live talk show.